Hey, what's up, everybody? Daddy Dave, Street Outlaws. Hey, what's up, everybody? Today's video is going to be a little different. I know the last couple that got released, there was no narrating in it, and I'll explain why. We were having a rough time for 3 events in a row. So flashing back to New Hampshire, the friggin' car was on fire. It was hauling ass, and it was definitely the car to beat up there. I had won the grade 8 back-to-back for Pennsylvania and New Hampshire, so we felt real good about it. We went to the semifinals in the Invitational, and I red lit against Jerry Bird. My fault, I own it. I didn't do my job, but the car was the one to beat. It was hauling ass, and everything was working good. We found some cracks in the zoomies, so we stopped off at After Hours Fab. Joe took care of me on the zoomies. He built me a new set of zoomies. Deal with this stuff, or you're around it long enough, you know when you go to weld on a car, you unhook the battery. And that's what we did. So we unhooked the battery. Joe built the zoomies, did a phenomenal job on them, and got all finished up, got the zoomies back on, and I'll own this one too. It's my fault. I should have checked everything. I don't know who hooked the battery up, so I can't point fingers, but they left one wire off, and it was a very important wire for the FT spark box, which controls all the ignition, spark plugs, coils, all that stuff. Again, it was my fault. Like, it's my car. I should have known to double check everything before loading this thing up and head into the next NPK event, which happened to be right there in Ohio. This one little wire that got left off to the FT spark box, it's ground wire. So it had enough ground through everything else to run, but high RPM and high load, the whole driver's side of the motor would shut off, 1, 3, 5, and 7. So I'd lose half the motor, and then it would make the gear change, and then, you know, the load was less, so the FT Spark had enough ground to actually fire the coils in until it got up into high RPM and high load, and then it would just shut off again. We fought that for 3 events, and to say the least, I was pissed off at the whole ordeal. I was 3rd in points, ended up dropping down to 7th by the 3rd event. 3rd event being in Brainerd, which this is what that video is. The video is going to be. So we didn't quite figure it out to the end, and me and Chuck were the first ones out for the day, like first set of cars down the track, and I got that win over Chuck. He got loose a little bit and had to get out of it. So we took the win there, and again, we're fighting this issue. So me and Travis are, you know, we're trying to figure it out. Me and Chuck were the first ones out, first set of cars down the track for the day, and I got the win over Chuck on that deal. Chuck's fighting some issues with a new car and some other things, but got the win on that one. And then me and Sean did a grudge pass. So luckily I got 2 grudge passes in before the grade 8 event. Me and Sean go up there, and Sean got the win over me. Again, fighting this issue, like losing half the motor down through there, you're not going to beat Murder Nova. You're not going to beat, 99% of the field if you ain't on your A game. Well, me and Sean, it was a good race. Went down through there, and of course, he clipped me at the end. He turbo screwed me right at the end. And then first round of grade 8 come around. This year has been really weird as far as the drawing. So me and Ryan have drawn each other a lot. We've been to the semifinals together, down to the final 4, and you always got your fingers crossed that you don't draw Ryan Martin, because the dude's fast. There's no denying that. It seems like if me and Ryan are in the circle and we're grabbing into the bucket, we're pretty much going to draw each other. And that's what had happened. And again, like I said, if you're not on your A game, if your car ain't on point, if everything ain't 100%, you're not even going to be close to Ryan Martin. And I kind of knew that going into the race against him, and that's exactly what happened, take off down through there, and Ryan, as soon as I let go of the button, Ryan's out of car on me, and then he just keeps driving away from me. But by then I'm absolutely frustrated, coming out of New Hampshire with one of the fastest cars on the property, if not the fastest car on the property, to this. Very discouraging. You just want to beat your head against the wall. Going into Saturday in the Invitational, I had Odom first round. We had figured it out, found the ground wire issue. We got it fixed. Everything is on point. There's good and bad to it. The good is it's fixed. The bad is I don't know where to start. That's like completely starting over with a tune-up. I know Odom, he's coming around. He's getting a handle on his car. He's hired the right people to come in there to tune his car. And it's hauling ass. Not talking down about the guy or not talking on him, but his car is working and it's hauling ass. So I got him first round, and then I go up there and we let go of the button, and I know I'm out on him. He's got a supercharged car. It's a screw blown car, so they're extremely loud, like my car. But let go of the button, and I don't hear him. I can kind of see out the side, and I don't see him at all. And about halfway down through there, I'm thinking, you know, we've got this thing figured out, it's on a pass, it's fixed, it didn't cut out, it didn't do nothing. And then, man, right at the end, right as I'm going through the cone, you always look up to see the wind light. Odom's wind light had came on. And I questioned it in my own mind, in the car, and I said it out loud, and I said it to my crew guy, Travis, on the radio, and I'm like, there's no way. Like, I didn't hear him, I didn't see him, I did nothing, but you got to take it for what it is. Obviously, he got there first. Even if it was by, you know, a fraction of an inch, he still got there first. Going into Houston, I've got a hot rod. You know, it's fixed. No more cutting out issues, all that other stuff. And that'll be another video. But we did exceptionally well there in Houston, considering what we've been through the prior 3 events. It's very discouraging, very humbling when you do so good, and then it's like someone comes up there and chops the legs out from underneath you. It's pretty rough. And the guy that gathers all this content and the videos for me, and you know, he comes around at the end of the night ready to do this, exactly what I'm doing right here, a kind of recap of what happened and who I raced and stuff. And to be honest, I was in my feelings for a few events because of this whole ordeal. I told him, look, I'll just do it later, you know, because I was just pissed off. I set out to do something this year in NPK, and we started out really good, and you know, we got with 3rd in points, and then just it's the smallest thing, like a wire left off, that will bite you in the ass, and it did. But I don't dwell on the past. I ain't sulking on it. It is what it is. The only thing I can do now is get back in there for the second half of NPK, see if we can at least redeem ourselves and get, I think I'm sitting number 6 in points right now. So I'd like to get back into the top 5, stay in the top 5, and you know, the last 3 events of NPK are important ones because they're double point, and then triple point on the last one. So it's possible to come back at the last 3 events and win this thing. And I'm gonna come back into the second half of NPK real strong and try to do this deal now that everything's fixed and we got a hot rod again.